To continue our discussion, the importance of vapor solutions in the body. So enzymes in the body works at very specific and narrow range of pH. So if the pH is higher or lower than this range, then the enzymes might work slowly or not work at all. So vapor solutions keeps the pH in this certain range because enzymes are heat labile, they are proteins. So usually the maximum temperature that the enzymes exert its mechanism is at 40 degrees. Beyond 40 degrees, the effects of enzymes will decline. And then the pH, or the vapor will maintain the pH of 7 or 6, for example, so that the enzymes will continue to work. Okay, so take note, enzymes are proteins, so usually they are neutral, they are amphoteric also, so they can maintain the mechanism at a certain temperature or a certain um, uh, value of pH in the body. So bicarbonate and carbon dioxide dissolved in blood act as vapors. So they make it so the pH doesn't change much because bicarbonates reacts with water or carbon dioxide reacts with water. It is important because hemoglobin in the red blood cells changes conformations when there is a change in pH, because blood maintains a pH of 7.3 to 7.4, meaning if there's a changes, it will affect already the structure of the physical structure of the blood. If the hemoglobin changes its shape, it won't transport oxygen and die. There is a medical condition known as acidosis, which is considered to be the pH of the body or the blood is already lower compared with the pH of 7, for example, that is the maintaining pH. When the body isn't efficiently get rid of carbon dioxide and the blood gets too acidic to transport oxygen properly, potentially it's potential in life-threatening conditions. So there is already a changes. So if the body contains carbon dioxide and is considered to be toxic, it will affect already the respiratory system. Okay? And if the pH of the blood turns to acidic, it will affect the transport of oxygen already in the body. Because carbon dioxide forms bicarbonic acid when it reacts with water it react with hydrogen ion, or dihydrogen ion. So it will form bicarbonic acid, which is considered to be acidic. Next, vapor system maintains constant pH in the blood. Okay, the body maintains the pH value of 7.4. If the level changes just a few tenths of pH, serious consequences as a result, decreased blood pH, acidosis, meaning there is a lowering of the pH value of the blood lower than 7, 5, 6, 5 or 4 or 3, or increase in pH of the blood known as alkalosis. This is considered to be an abnormal conditions already that will affect the body functions. So symptoms of acidosis of the CNS with headaches, dizziness, confusion, even loss of consciousness and coma. And respiratory, it will affect the breathing process or the shortness of breath, coughing, heart arrhythmia, abnormal rhythm of the heart, increased heart rate, muscular system, seizures, weakness, digestive system, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. For alkalosis, so confusion, lightheadedness, stupor, or unconsciousness, coma, peripheral nervous system, so magkaroon ng tremor, numbness or tingling of the face and hands, and involuntary muscles, so that is twitching and prolonged spasms, and even digestive system, nausea and vomiting. So these are examples of the symptoms of alkalosis and acidosis. So how do vapor solutions work? Vapor solution has to contain things which will remove any hydrogen ions or hydroxide ions that you might add to it, or otherwise pH will change. Acidic and alkaline vapors achieved in this different way. So if you add, a certain amount, so based on the laboratory, so you are given solutions which is alkaline. If you add strong acidic solution or a higher molar concentrations of an acid to a basic solution, so it will change the pH. Okay, so vapor is added in order to maintain. Then vapor will act both acid and base. Okay, because they are considered to be they have what we call this one, a property which will interact both acid and base. Okay, vapor is simply solution containing weak acid and a conjugate base. When an acid is added to a vapor, it reacts with conjugate base. Yes. So, vapor contains dalawa kasi may ano siyang acidic and basic. Parang siyang zwitterionic activity. So, it has a zwitterionic characteristic wherein when you add acid, the vapor solution has a conjugate base that will react to acid. Okay? And when acid, hardly affecting the pH of the solution. So, there is what you call neutralization process. Meaning vapor maintains again the pH value whether acid or base is added because it possesses two properties already. It has a weak acid and it has a conjugate base. Okay?